Weightlifting can be absolutely an amazing thing if done correctly. And everybody has said this. The smart ones have said this, is that weightlifting can absolutely destroy you if done incorrectly. It's that time again to get my blood work done to see where my numbers are. Again, the one big thing for me is I'm keeping track of it. It's so precise. You know, I competed in bodybuilding and powerlifting and martial arts, but that was all over decades ago. And so how can I continue to keep this physique and be this strong at this stage? And so that is by optimizing my health with Titan Medical. It all stems from one thing: your blood work, what's going on inside of you. And that's the main thing that I'm focused about, is see how I can continue to not just be in the game. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a weekend warrior. I don't want to say you got a dad bod. I want to be the pinnacle of the health and fitness industry decades after I competed. And I've always said this too. You got so many of these guys that were with me in the 80s and 90s, and they keep putting the pictures up from the 80s and 90s. I don't want to be that guy. I like the fact that I can still put up pictures of me today, even though I won the universe back in the 90s. That's the goal for me. I don't know what your goal is, but I can tell you this. I know you want to live, and I know you want to live your best life. And that starts with blood work. Over at Titan Medical, start today. We're starting out today's show with a little pose, a little peak action. So I've been training with Robbie Robinson for 20 years, and I'm finally getting those kind of peaks, right? This is how I think Ronnie Coleman did his double bicep. This kind of new school, I guess. Little Frank Zane. That being said, the reason I'm showing these pipes is it has been now 3 weeks off of training. 3 weeks off of training, which has never had to happen in my entire life, which was a tough one. But I liked the challenge, and so I took to the challenge. And the reason I did that is because I'm being preventative. If I can take 3 weeks off now, that I can set myself up for the next 5 years, hoping, again, nothing's guaranteed, but it's my best ability to bulletproof the body. Now, why am I telling you this? Well, because of the fact that I still did photo shoots. I still did some great works and was filming a movie too. As you can see, I'm spray tanned up. And today was the first day back, and something hit me in a good light, because it made me think like the individual that goes to the gym and does 135 for 5 sets of 12 and then 5 sets of 15 on cable crossovers and goes, I am pumped. I feel good. Now, that's all I did today. First week back, because at PRP, you take a couple weeks off of PRP to let it do its thing, and then you get back to the workout. Now, I haven't worked out in 3 weeks, so it's not going to take much to get sore, and I want to be smart about it. That's not the point. The point was that I did something so minute, and I'm sitting there going, I wonder if others think, because they go into the gym and they do the 135 and they're pumped and they're feeling great about things, that to them is a good workout. And I'm going to say yes. Even maybe they go, hey, you know what? I went heavy. I went 185. Now, the only reason I say this is because I know I can go up to 405 for a savage 8. And no point to do that today. I'm just getting back into it. No reason to crush it, or I'm not going to be able to train tomorrow. But I sat there and I go, if I went into the gym, did this workout, and mentally thought that was good enough, I can move on and stay with this kind of thing, and I will be able to retain this kind of stuff, the health, the body health, for a lifetime, or at least until you're 70, 80, hoping to be like Robbie until my 80s. I'm not going to, because what I did is I mentally shut myself down from going, I need to push myself. Now, I'm lucky enough to know that, and I'm lucky enough to know how strong I am. So I know that today's just a week back, and I come back into it and I get my workout in. But are you guys going into the gym, getting that pump, and then going, hey, I pumped, I sweated, I'm good, I'm tapping out? Well, that's hopefully what you're not picking up from my beliefs and what I've proven and Robbie's proven and others have proven, that it is pushing your body with stress so you can last a long period of time. Now, if you're just going in to work out, then yeah, keep doing your thing. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about those that want to set their bodies up so you can take a month off here and there and you come back looking just like you did, or because you rested, you possibly look better. And me going on today and talking to you guys solo, no guests, no nothing, was something I wanted to express to you guys, that maybe that you should test yourselves and go, wait a minute. So why am I really exercising? Especially now, like if you're a college kid, hopefully you're doing it for sports, or to look great at that time. But there's going to be a common age where, maybe 30, 35, whatever that is, you get married and go, okay, so this is my life now. That you go, okay, I have a kid now. I need to be in shape in 20 years. If you start thinking long-term, keep your baby goals. I never say take those away. Those need to be there as well. But start thinking longer term. How can I be in this kind of shape when you're 35, when you're 55? I've learned a lot over the 4 decades of health and fitness and being in the trenches with the greatest in the world. And one of those things I've learned a lot more about and how to build better muscle is nutrition and how it has changed over the decades. And that's why I have the Titan meal plan for you guys out there that are confused about nutrition. I'm going to set you straight. Get a hold of me today. The link will be in the comments down below for you guys. Everybody, get over to the Titan meal plan, and I'll see you in the Titan crew, where I will fine tune any difficulties that you're having. That would be my recommendation for you, to really sit back and start going, okay, I need to start thinking differently. Instead of the now is these high reps and lightweight, just mileage on the ligaments and joints. And I'm going to pay for this in 20 years, compared to where I've always said, get in there, get your work done, and do it with the least amount of reps you possibly can. And if those reps are 8s or 6s, or you get a great workout off of 5s, then do that, because mileage is mileage. And the one thing you want to do is at least stress your body so it gets stronger. Go read up on Wolff's Law and Davis' Law. If you really want to do a study, go read up on those. And it talks about how your body, if broken down correctly and recovered, can get even stronger. So you can go through age and life getting, at least physically, and your bone density can get better. And I've had these talks with Chris Duffin, that his workout partner's bone density is I think it's like a 25-year-old, and the guy is like 65, 70 now. And he started lifting. He didn't even start until he was 55. But it's an amazing thing. And I always say this, is that weightlifting can be absolutely an amazing thing if done correctly. And everybody has said this, the smart ones have said this, is that weightlifting can absolutely destroy you if done incorrectly. I mean, go back to Arthur Jones talking about it. It was beautiful. The squat is the greatest exercise in the world. And if done correctly, can really help you become something metahuman in a way. Stronger than the average, bone density, the things that you really need in life. Not the muscle's great, and retain the muscle. We've talked about how muscle helps you in situations like, we hope never happens to any of you, but like in situations of cancer and getting older and recovering from accidents when you're older. Now, reason why I'm saying older, and you guys are going, well, I don't care. I'll worry about that when I'm that age. Too late. And that's what I try to say to you guys, is that everything. The reason I can do what I do today is because of how I trained in my teenage years, in my 20s, in my 30s, even getting more intelligent in reading my body, that how much less work can I do and still get the benefits of getting a great workout in? So at the end of the day, if you guys can read up on the two Wolf's Law and Davis Law that I talked about, go watch Chris Duffin, who talks about bone density, great stuff as well. Stan Efferdin's another great one. And the problem is, I see a lot of these guys that can articulate beautifully, and they're fun to. Well, they're not fun to watch. Why is that? Well, because they did weightlifting for a portion of their time and absolutely destroyed their bodies. But they're the ones that are out there telling you guys what's the best way for hypertrophy and training. And I'm like, wait a minute, you were jacked for a split of a second and you destroyed your body, and you're not even out of your 30s or your early 40s. It's like, that's not what I want for you guys. And I hope you guys don't do that either. I hope you don't look at those guys as experts and go, well, you're looking at them, so you shouldn't look at them as experts, because of the deterioration to their body at such a young age. So there's something that is missing on what they are talking about, and they can regurgitate everything, but if they can't apply it to themselves, that's where it comes back to. What are you missing that you couldn't apply this to yourself, but you're going to tell me, the individual that's watching, how to do it? Because there's some factors that are missing. And watch Robbie Robinson talk about this stuff. And I put up a YouTube a couple weeks ago on Generation Iron talking about, if you think a rep range is going to get you to your goal, because that's what the science says now and everything. It's fun. Fun's going to get you to the goal. If you like to work out and you like to work out that way, that's going to get you to the goal better than a rep range. Because if you're trying to follow a textbook thing and you're not enjoying it, and it's, I have to do this and I got to be in these lines here, that gets really annoying, mostly because this is a slow process. So we just finished one movie. It turned out great. I am loving it. I love the dailies that we see. On to the next project. You finish, you keep going, you keep trying to go. That's, I guess, a better way to say it. And this next movie that I have booked, this is going to take all of me. This is going to take slice to the bone, all the character development, but also I need to be able to move and grow and keep that strength through this process. You'll understand why that is after you see the movie, but keeping the strength is key when you're dieting. And so I'm going to show you how to do that on Power Bodybuilding. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you over there. Hopefully, life will be slow, and you won't be like, close your eyes and wake up, and next thing you know, you're 50 and you're 20 right now. It does go that fast. And so I'm just hoping you guys will take in consideration what these guys before us taught us and how they look today, like Robbie Robinson. And don't say Robbie looks good for 80, because Robbie looks good if he was, that's a body's on a 20-year-old. He looks ridiculous, and he's healthy and he's strong and he's still doing this. And that's the only study I need. I need that one individual that showed me what us outliers can do. Because the fact is, all these guru guys that are doing it teach because they can't do. And so continue to do what you love to do. Continue to do this, but start thinking really long term. Start thinking 10, 20 years. Will I be strong then? Or is this just a give up and just phone it in? I hope not, because what's cool about my life, and you get to see it, is that at this stage, I'm a really old father, and I get to go out there and tussle and do jujitsu with my kid and stuff like that, when all my guys my age are sitting on the couch, sending the young wives out there with the kids instead of them going out and playing basketball and football with their kid. I don't want that for any of you. If you really want a longevity career, it is weightlifting as heavy weights as you possibly can for the rep range you're doing for a long period of time. That's it. I am done here. I hope you guys take it into consideration, or at least do the research. And then also just see if you like it and if it's fun for you. I'm doing power bodybuilding right now. And power bodybuilding is my program, my patent program that has allowed me to continuously be strong. Doesn't matter if I'm dieted down like right now, or I'm off season hitting a 500 incline for a double and repping 700 for deadlifts at the stage of the game. It's a cool thing to be able to do. You'll love power bodybuilding, and you only have to train 4 days a week. So if you're one of those guys that's psycho like me, you get to train 4 days a week, you'll have to take those 3 days off because you do need that recovery. Jeffrey, anything to add on to this bad boy? Or are you good? All right. We'll pose that little classic pose. All right. Hey, right now, also, side note, I will say this. Divinity, a movie I star in, is on Apple TV and Prime. Also, Manson Brothers, another movie I smash people's heads in, including UFC former champion Randy Couture, is also on Prime. So you can watch that as well. And PB. Power bodybuilding. Back to the program. I told you that's what I do. That's patent on my principles of training to be muscular and strong and healthy for a lifetime. That is available on MikeO'Hearn.com. How's that? You guys give me some feedback on this one because I'm curious. Here's the best part. If you're not happy with that and you're upset, guys, this is information on me on how I got here. In no world does this upset you. The only thing this upsets is those guys out there that look like dogs, and they're in their 30s and they're in their 40s talking about how you should do training, and they're not even stronger than Mona. Yeah. They're not even stronger than that girl right there, or bigger. I mean physically, but yeah. You ain't gonna pose for him? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, so no reason to be upset with this. You don't like the information, you don't have to take it. But for you guys that are serious about what you want to do, this is that thing that I kind of told you guys all about and how I've been able to do this for a lifetime. And remember when I competed? I bet you most of you weren't born. I started in 1983 and I finished up competing after winning the universe 4 times in powerlifting and martial arts in the 90s. So we're talking about 24, 25 years ago. So how is it that we're still going and still doing this? Consistency. It just comes down to consistency, being marked. Don't put mileage on the body that's not needed. And also this, a big one is, don't be scared. I see that. And I see that these people out there are saying, they're trying to scare you on saying, you 20-year-olds, you need to do cardio and stuff. It's like, holy sheesh. Do you guys see what's on TV today? Do you see these people and how out of shape these are? 600-pound people, their hearts are working fine. Holy shnikes. You're more active than that. So give yourself and your body a little credit. Your heart is not a weak muscle. It is an incredibly strong muscle. Unless you're abusing it, stop stressing. Stress. Read the book. Is it The Rhino with No Stress? I'll get the book. I'll put it down there. But it was a great book about stress and about how much that beats up on you. And the only reason I say that is because if you're stressing about your training and stuff, again, go back to my first thing I said. This has to be fun. And you have to want it. And you have to want it now and set yourself up for 20 years. I'm looking over at Jeff for any finals. Save it. You're getting into the next episode. Okay. And at the end of the day, if we can, I just want to see that peak one last time. How do you not train for that long and then look like that? Shut it, I'll tell you about that next week. Peace out.